This is just going to be a quick video on how I built out my Sony ZV-E10 Mark II as a full vertical content machine. This is going to be really fun. I'm going to throw all the links down in the description below, so if you want to check out any of the stuff that I've used, head down to the description below. None of them are affiliate links, none of them are sponsored links, but if SmallRig wants to sponsor me, hit your boy up. So without further ado, let's go and check out the camera rig, let's go and see what we've got, and let's have some fun doing it. Okay, so we've essentially just got the ZV-E10 completely kitted out so that it will be the ultimate like vertical camera rig setup. So its main purpose is going to be for vertical content, but with some really quick changes we can literally just swap them around, make them as easy as possible to use either orientation, but the main purpose of this video is for the vertical content. So without further ado, let's check out the full setup for the ZV-E10 Mark II. So this is the rig setup right here. It's got two handles, so it's very stable. It's got a really nice setup. It's very stable indeed with two camera shots. So I will throw in some vertical footage really quick over this while we're talking. So we've got a pretty basic setup for our tripod, because our tripod is actually mounted to the ZV-E10 right now. But yeah, super clean footage, super simple footage as well. But that's the setup right there. We also have a little handle on the tripod, which is great because you can turn it in any way shape you want. But shout out to SmallRig. All of the stuff on this are from SmallRig, and then it just pops off and we can throw that back over there. And then we have this pretty light setup. It's not too heavy. You can definitely one-hand it very easily. We have the Viltrox DC-50, I believe it is, monitor. So the monitor is pretty freaking sweet. It takes up the whole thing. DC-X3, sorry, is the name of the monitor. So we have the DC-X3 Viltrox monitor. I believe it's a 6-inch monitor, so it does take up the whole back of it, which does make it so much easier for us to have it like set up perfectly. Gives us the whole screen, so we're going to see exactly what we want to see instead of using the small screen that is like a 2.5 maybe 3-inch screen. We then have the Hawklock SmallRig handle with the SmallRig Hawklock cage on the ZV-E10, and then I just have the top handle connected sideways on the Hawklock. So realistically, when you're filming horizontal, should I say, the camera is going to be set up like this. This hand literally just unscrews, you turn it, and then it pops right back in there, and then we can screw that on there, and that's where you're going to hold it for vertical content. And then I can literally just turn the monitor and then have the monitor in the same exact orientation, and now we have it for horizontal footage very easily. I have the SmallRig Magic Arm mount right here on the top, bolted into the top. It just twists in a little quarter thread and twists in, and then I have it just wrapped around with the cable for the monitor. The monitor is battery powered, so I don't really need to worry about having it plugged into the camera and running a bigger battery, an external battery on the ZV-E10, thankfully. And then I do have a little fan that goes onto the back of it as well to keep it all nice and cool. But when you're shooting vertical content, you're very rarely shooting that long, so I never really have to bring it with me. I do usually have it set up on my stream setup just for the streaming camera to make it so much easier to use. But you can hold it in whatever orientation you want. I find this one is quite nice because it has the mount on the side right here, where you could throw a Rode mic or even clip your DJI mics into that and then plug it straight into that, so you could shoot more kind of talking headshots, but also have lavalier microphones on certain people, so you can also have them wired in and be able to listen to them very, very easily. So that's the fun of it. There's loads of different mounts on those Hawkstone, on the Hawklock cage, so we'll jump into that and we'll break down the cage super quickly. But that's basically the whole setup right there. We have it so that we can have it recording with two hands. Very nice and simple. Big screen so we can see exactly what we're doing. We can hold it like this, we can hold it like this, and then if we want to and we want to get some horizontal footage, we can just turn it on its side, have the handle for the top of it, and then I would usually take this handle off and put it to the side, but we do have the Magic Arm there holding the monitor because it's in the vertical orientation. So the monitor would usually go right up top here, it just kind of goes into that cold shoe mount, or we can actually screw it right on to the top right there. As you can see, it has NATO rail mounts right there, and then it has the mounts right there. So without further ado, boys, let's get straight into the Hawklock cage. Okay, so jumping straight back in, we have the ZV-E10 Mark II completely broken down. We do have the Hawkstone or Hawklock cage on the ZV-E10, so we're going to go through it. We've got some couple of treads just on the top there. We have loads of treads on the bottom as well. It's kind of like a Swiss plate on the bottom, and then we have more mounting capability on the side, which also has a really nice rail on the side there where you can actually, it's like an Arcus Swiss on the bottom of it. You can mount it that way for vertical content as well. But I have a Peak Designs camera clip on the side here, so I have the Peak Designs Arcus Swiss plate on the side where I can put it in this kind of orientation, standing orientation, because I prefer to use the little monitor on it when it's flipped up like that. When I don't want to build the full vertical setup, I just use this very, very simply and then hold it like this, and it works really, really well. And then last but not least, it has a bigger Arcus Swiss kind of style rail on the bottom. The best thing about the Hawklock is you can pull this part down, this part here, you can pull that part down, and it allows you to access the batteries, so you don't have to take the cage off just to get to the batteries. So they've really thought of everything. That's where it mounts to the camera there, and it also comes with a small little Allen key plus like flat head, magnetizes to it, always sits in there, you're never going to lose it. And then we have a cold shoe mount right there, and I believe that is it for that. And then you can, you know, put your lanyard and stuff there, and then or on the bottom there. And oh, there's only one on the bottom. Interesting design choice. Oh, it's probably for here and here. Very cool, very, very cool. But yeah, can't say enough nice things about the Hawklock cage for the ZV-E10 Mark II. Really, really well built. It also has this like rubberized grip on the front of it there, so it does fit so much nicer in your hands. My hands aren't particularly big anyway, but it does fit really, really nicely, and you get a really nice grip on the ZV-E10 Mark II. You don't want to drop these things, they're quite expensive. But all in all, that's my basic setup for the vertical style content, and I'll have everything linked down in the description below. If you want to see how I set it up for vertical content, make sure you do leave it down in the comments below. Make sure you let me know what you want to see, because this year is the year of 2026. We're going to dive into camera gear, and we're going to dive into some fun adventures as well. So don't forget to smash like on this and share it with everybody. Last but not least, we do have a SmallRig HDMI to micro HDMI, because the ZV-E10 Mark II has a micro HDMI port and not a full HDMI port. So that's one slight downside. You do have to get those separate cables. It does come with the Viltrox monitor, which is a brilliant monitor, battery powered. What's not to love? It's also got built-in fans, so it doesn't ever overheat, and then it has different mounting options as well. So really enjoyable to use. Cannot recommend that stuff enough. It does have a port on it so you can plug your headphones into, so you can listen to exactly what's going in to the camera, which is great. And I need to get a Rode Video Mic Pro, because I do have the Rode Video Mic Pro on top of the camera that we're recording on now, which is my A7 IV. That's my main camera. But for vertical content, this shoots 4K 120. It does 422 color. It does everything that you actually need. So, and it's much smaller than the A7 IV, and it can fit right in your pocket. So really, really good camera as a B camera, but as an A camera, it would be fantastic for everybody as well. So that's going to be it for me, guys. I appreciate everybody who stopped by to say hi. I appreciate everybody who joined in to check out the ZV-E10 build. And if you want to see more content like this, make sure you do smash the like button, leave a comment below, share it with friends so everybody knows. All that fun jazz. And I shall see you guys in the next one. This was Charlie Tries World, and let's keep on trying.